Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Why Max Christie, Dorian Finney-Smith pairing bodes well for Lakers defense. Since Max Christie was moved into the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup, he's drawn some of the toughest defensive assignments in the league. Last month, he found himself matched up against Ja Morant, Trae Young, Cade Cunningham and ultimately Stephen Curry. Albeit the tough matchups, he's proven himself as one of the team's most reliable defensive players. And now, with the addition of Dorian Finney-Smith via trade with the Brooklyn Nets, the Lakers have an intriguing wing pairing on the defensive end. Guarding some of the best offensive players in the league has been how Finney-Smith has earned his money. The Lakers now have two players on the roster they can feel comfortable with chasing around the NBA's premier scoring threats. In Dorian Finney-Smith's second game with the Lakers, on January 2 against the Portland Trail Blazers, he was in with the starters late in the fourth quarter alongside Max Christie on the wing. The following night against the Atlanta Hawks, he was in with the starters once again forming a defensive pairing with Christie. The Lakers managed to close out both of those games, and did so on the defensive end. Following the Lakers' win against the Hawks, Finney-Smith spoke about just trying to match Christie's energy, and how he's been in the young guard's ear since joining the team. Since I've been here, Max has been terrific on the defensive end, bringing a lot of energy. So when I come in, I try to match his energy. I told him, I've been in his shoes before, Finney-Smith said. Especially sometimes, you play defense all day and you might not get a shot. A lot of people don't keep that intensity when they ain't getting the ball. I just try to preach it to him that I've been there before. That's what's made me valuable in this league. For a team looking to improve on the defensive end, Finney-Smith certainly gives the Lakers another look, especially when paired up with Christie. When the Lakers won the 2020 NBA title, they had a pair of tough defensive-minded wings in the starting lineup in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Danny Green. But since trading both players in the subsequent years, they've been unable to replicate that type of defensive intensity. But if the closing lineup against the Blazers and Hawks is any indication, the Lakers might be inching closer to reaching that type of wing defense that's eluded them since then. Finney-Smith's calling card since he's been in the NBA has been defense, and Christie is developing into one of the better wing defenders in the league. In fact, after Christie dropped a career-high 28 points against the Blazers last week, Lakers head coach J.J. Redick said he felt the catalyst for that big game started on defense. I didn't think his first run was good in terms of his defensive disposition, Redick said. I thought his career night started with changing the disposition on defense. While it's a small sample size in terms of how Max Christie and Dorian Finney-Smith will hold up defensively for the rest of the season, the initial results are encouraging for the Lakers. Doe is a great defender. He's got a lot of size, he's a big wing for sure. I think for us as a team, that addition definitely helps us, Christie said. I think that pairing at the end of the game was great. I thought we did a good job kind of holding their points, trying to make sure they weren't scoring too much at the end of the last 2 minutes. I thought me and Doe did a good job of that. I thought we did a good job rebounding the ball at the end too. NBA monitoring wildfires to see if Lakers game against Hornets needs to be rescheduled. The Los Angeles Lakers returned home late Tuesday night and are getting ready to host the Charlotte Hornets on Thursday, although that game may be in jeopardy. With Santa Ana winds at an all-time high, there are numerous fires across Los Angeles right now, most notably in the Pacific Palisades and Pasadena. Thousands of people have had to evacuate their homes, with a lot of them burning down over the last 2 days. With the fires continuing on and everyone's thoughts currently elsewhere, the NBA released a statement saying they will be monitoring the situation over the next 24 hours before deciding if the Lakers will play their game against the Hornets or if it will need to be rescheduled. We are in communication with the Lakers and Hornets and continue to closely monitor the situation to determine if any scheduling adjustments are necessary related to tomorrow night's game, NBA spokesman Mike Bay said. The Los Angeles Kings were scheduled to play the Calgary Flames at Crypto.com Arena on Wednesday night, but that game has been postponed. The wind is supposed to die down a bit on Wednesday night, which could give first responders a chance to get the fires at least somewhat contained. If that happens, then it is possible that the Lakers game will go on as scheduled. If not though, then they surely will not hesitate to postpone it and reschedule for a later date. The Lakers' next game after that is on Saturday night against the San Antonio Spurs. In the meantime, all everyone can do is pray and hope for the best, which is exactly what Magic Johnson and LeBron James are doing as they put out statements on social media. LA Kings postpone game amid wildfires in region. Firefighters in Los Angeles are battling a number of blazes in city suburbs, as tens of thousands of residents have been forced to flee. "Our hearts are with our entire Los Angeles community," the Kings said in a statement. "We appreciate the hard-working first responders who are diligently working to contain the fire and protect our community." The Kings play at the same Crypto.com Arena venue as basketball team the LA Lakers, who are scheduled to host the Charlotte Hornets on Thursday. Meanwhile, basketball star Kawhi Leonard, who plays for the Lakers' city rivals the LA Clippers, is reportedly set to step away from the team to be with his family after they were evacuated from the area. The National Football League's Los Angeles Rams are scheduled to hold a training session on Thursday in preparation for their playoff game with the Minnesota Vikings on Monday. In a statement, the league said, "The NFL continues to closely monitor developments in the area and will remain in contact with both clubs and the NFLPA, National Football League Players Association." NFL monitoring LA wildfires, other sports affected. NFL said Wednesday that the league is keeping tabs on the ongoing wildfires in the Los Angeles area with respect to Monday's NFC wildcard game involving the Minnesota Vikings and host Rams in Inglewood, California. A contingency plan is in place for the contest. The game would be played in Glendale, Arizona, if the location needs to be changed. The NFL's priority is the safety of the Los Angeles community, the league said in a statement. "We are grateful for the tireless efforts of the first responders. Our hearts are with Los Angeles and everyone affected by the fires. We will continue to closely monitor developments in the area and will remain in contact with public officials, both clubs and the NFLPA." The Los Angeles Chargers train in El Segundo, located about 23 miles south of Pacific Palisades. The team held a shorter practice Wednesday due to the poor air quality. The Chargers will play an AFC wildcard game on the road Saturday against the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, the NHL postponed the scheduled Wednesday game pitting the visiting Calgary Flames against the Los Angeles Kings. A makeup date was not announced. Stay up to date with the latest health and wellness reads. The thoughts of the entire NHL family are with the Kings, hockey fans, and the people of the Los Angeles area during this difficult time, the NHL said in a statement. The Charlotte Hornets flew west on Wednesday for scheduled NBA games against the Los Angeles Lakers on Thursday and Los Angeles Clippers on Saturday. "We are in communication with the Lakers and Hornets and continue to closely monitor the situation to determine if any scheduling adjustments are necessary related to tomorrow night's game," NBA spokesman Mike Bay said. Clippers star Kawhi Leonard stepped away from the team to be with family members who were forced to evacuate due to the wildfires raging through the Los Angeles area. Clippers coach Ty Lue said of Leonard before the team's Wednesday game at Denver, "Going back, checking on his family and kids, making sure they're well. And he got back, and they're doing okay, so just happy and thankful for that." Leonard purchased a $17 million mansion in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles in 2021. Fire officials said Wednesday that 1,000 structures in Pacific Palisades have been destroyed. Lakers coach J.J. Redick said members of his family were among those who evacuated their homes on Tuesday due to the wildfire. Redick lives in Pacific Palisades. "I know a lot of people are freaking out right now, including my family," Redick told reporters Tuesday night. "From the sound of things, with the winds coming, I know a lot of people are scared. So I just want to acknowledge that. Thoughts and prayers for sure, and hope everybody stays safe. The boyhood home of Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr was among the structures destroyed by fire. Kerr's 90-year-old mother, Ann, still lives in the Pacific Palisades home and was forced to evacuate Tuesday. "Everything I'm seeing and reading is just terrifying what's happening down there," Kerr told reporters Tuesday night. "So just want to send thoughts to everyone who's going through the devastation of the fire. Obviously, the game is secondary to that and to many things in life. Perspective is important." To the northeast of Pacific Palisades, the Eaton fire was raging out of control. The fire began in Altadena on Tuesday evening and was traveling fast enough Wednesday that evacuation orders were given to a large part of the city of Pasadena. That put the famous Rose Bowl, just miles away, from danger. The facility hosted one of the marquee college football games of the season, Ohio State defeating Oregon on January 1. On the link's iconic Riviera Country Club was being threatened while in the mandatory evacuation zone for the Pacific Palisades fire. Riviera is the venue for the PGA Tour's Genesis Invitational, the annual tournament hosted by Tiger Woods that is scheduled to be played February 13 to 16. Established in 1926 in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood, Riviera played host to the 1948 U.S. Open and the PGA Championship in 1983 and 1995. The course is slated to host the 2026 U.S. Women's Open, the 2028 Summer Olympics, and the 2031 U.S. Open. Also, Pepperdine announced that the women's basketball game scheduled for Thursday against Portland was posted. The campus is located in Malibu, a hilly area on the Pacific coast that is prone to fire issues. Malibu is located just 10 miles west of Pacific Palisades. Multiple wildfires ravaged the Los Angeles area on Tuesday and Wednesday, killing at least 5 people, causing many more to leave their cars in the streets and destroying structures, including businesses and schools. With high winds prevalent, the danger remained high Wednesday evening as a new fire broke out in the Hollywood Hills. "Our hearts are with those affected by the Palisades wildfires and the first responders protecting our community. Be safe," the Rams wrote Wednesday on X, formerly Twitter. Watch, Charles Barkley rips into Lakers, gives reasons for hating them. The Los Angeles continued their alarming trend of blowout losses Tuesday evening, dropping their 5th game by at least 20 points in the young 2024-25 NBA season. LA's 118-97 loss to a Dallas Mavericks team without Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic also provided inside the NBA host Charles Barkley the opportunity for a scathing rant on the TNT studio show, skewering the organization for a perceived pattern of scapegoating former players and coaches. "Do you know why I hate the Lakers?" Barkley boldly began his rant. "It's always somebody else's fault. Remember, 3 years ago, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Then it was Frank Vogel's fault. Then, it was D'Angelo Russell's fault. Then, it was Darvin Ham's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Listen, LeBron James is an all-time great, AD, Anthony Davis is a hell of a player, but that's it. The rest of those guys are just guys, every other team has those guys." Fellow co-hosts and former NBA stars Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal offered some pushback to Barkley's analysis, placing the blame more on the Lakers' effort and style of play than any inherent roster flaws. After a white-hot 10-4 start to the season and bubbling optimism around first-year head coach J.J. Redick, Los Angeles has since regressed to a familiarly disappointing start to the season. The Lakers followed this strong overture by losing 7 of their next 9 games by a combined 113 points as star forward LeBron James battled through career lows in efficiency and three-point volume. Lakers could land Jimmy Butler. Indiana, 3 different trade scenarios with Heat. There isn't a secret anymore that Jimmy Butler's time with the Miami Heat is numbered. Following several strong seasons, Jimmy Butler has pushed for a max extension this year, citing his $52.4 million player option for the upcoming season. However, Heat president Pat Riley appears reluctant to meet those demands. In fact, Riley's pointed remark at the end of last season that Butler should keep his mouth shut marked the start of a growing rift. What began as subtle tension has escalated dramatically, with Butler publicly stating that he no longer feels he can play with joy in Miami. The situation took another turn when the team handed Butler a 7-game suspension for conduct detrimental to the organization, and that seems to be the end of that. Only the Phoenix Suns seem to be interested in paying Butler a lucrative deal, but that doesn't mean we can discount the presence of the Los Angeles Lakers, a franchise historically known to go after the best available superstars. Despite the Lakers trading D'Angelo Russell for Dorian Finney-Smith, they aren't done just yet. With LeBron James, 24.0 ppg, 7.6 rpg, 8.9 apg, and Anthony Davis, 26.0 ppg, 11.8 rpg, 2.2 bpg, still competing as arguably two of the 10 best players in the world, the time to win is right now, with only the OKC Thunder and Denver Nuggets realistically looking like the strongest foes in the Western Conference, in terms of comparable superstar talent. It might be a dream for the Lakers to acquire Butler, and we have 3 different scenarios where it could be possible. A big 3 with James, Davis, and Butler would make them favorites in the West, and Butler might be willing to stay longer in Los Angeles if he is traded there. Let's jump into 3 trade scenarios where Butler could become a Laker. In this trade, the Lakers acquired Jimmy Butler at the expense of Rui Hachimura, Austin Reaves, Jared Vanderbilt, and Gabe Vincent. For Los Angeles, this is a high-stakes move aimed at maximizing LeBron James and Anthony Davis's championship window. Butler's two-way ability, 17.6 ppg, 5.5 rpg, 4.7 apg, 1.2 spg this season, and clutch performances make him a significant upgrade over Reaves, despite the latter's rise as a promising playmaker. While Rui has been a solid contributor, the Lakers already have other options for forward depth after acquiring Dorian Finney-Smith, softening the blow of his departure. From Miami's perspective, this trade is more than a simple salary dump. Rui Hachimura's physicality and scoring fit seamlessly into Heat culture, while Austin Reaves offers a scrappy, playmaking guard who could develop into a key piece for the team. Vanderbilt, known for his defensive versatility, may find new life in Miami, and Gabe Vincent had the best stretch of his career with the Heat, making him an easy re-addition to their rotation. Adding Butler could elevate the Lakers to the top of the Western Conference hierarchy. Butler's ability to play as a third scoring option while taking on tough defensive assignments would relieve pressure from LeBron and AD, especially in the playoffs. His 2023 averages of 22.9 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game underscore his ability to impact the game in multiple ways. More importantly, Butler's leadership and playoff toughness are qualities that could give the Lakers an edge in a tight series against teams like the Thunder or Nuggets. The main concern for the Lakers would be sacrificing young, affordable talent like Reaves and Rui for an aging superstar with a significant contract. Butler will be 35 during the final year of his deal this season, which could complicate future roster flexibility. However, if the Lakers can secure a championship with this core, the gamble will have paid off. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments.